past 2 days, the Clair Obscur Expedition 33 developer Sandfall Interactive has been accused of some pretty terrible things like racism and bigotry, and of course, a lot of people on social media are laughing off these claims as there is zero evidence to back them up, but now they have responded saying, this is clearly not who we are, and don't take our game made with a lot of love and turn it into hate. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a phenomenal experience. It's definitely my game of the year and honestly a game of the decade contender, and I think that most people should at least give it a shot. It is really good, it deserves a lot of the hype that it's getting, and clearly Sandfall Interactive knew what they were doing. It's so funny that this is a group of, in part, ex-Ubisoft developers who basically said, yeah, we got bored of our jobs at the company, they weren't making good games, and we felt that we could make a better game on our own, and that is exactly what they did, especially when Ubisoft is in such a bad place at this point. Though, when games end up being smashing successes, there are always going to be groups of people who want to tear that down. Look at what happened with Black Myth Wukong. For years leading up to release, the Access media was saying, oh, it looks like a fake game. It looks like it's not even going to come out. There's no way that this is real. And then, as we got closer to launch and they did realize it is a legitimate game, they changed their tune. They started putting out hit pieces. Of course, we had IGN claiming that there was sexism at the company and they weren't hiring women and they weren't respecting women, and they took mistranslated posts off of Chinese social media and tried to use that against the studio to get the game canceled. It was a whirlwind of shit, and of course that game sold phenomenally because it was a really fantastic experience at the end of the day, and there was no evidence to back up any of those claims. Did IGN ever apologize? Did the other Access media outlets ever apologize for pushing that fake information? Absolutely not. And now we're seeing something very similar happen because there is a group of people that are actually trying to cancel the Clair Obscur developers with accusations of things like racism. This is a post by Pirate Nation saying they're grasping at straws such as Sandfall consisting of white devs, which, by the way, Sandfall isn't just a team of white developers. So, I don't know what the hell these people are talking about, but they're peddling conspiracies that Sandfall are racists and are gatekeeping non-whites and non-French from working at the studio, that Sandfall consists of the bigots who were expelled from Ubisoft after its workplace harassment drama, that they're racist because the sole Black Expedition 33 member dies early on in the game, and that the game somehow has a nationalistic and patriotic agenda which is meant to appeal to fascists. So they're just trying to throw anything at the wall, hoping it's going to stick. Racists, sexists, fascists, bigots, you name it, it's here. That is really, really unfortunate, but again, not particularly surprising because there's always going to be people who are going to try to find a way to attack a group that they end up not liking, or if they don't like a product that they've made. And these accusations really all started because of this one single post. There were a couple of other anonymous, Discord messages and Discord posts that are also being used in an attempt to attack Sandfall, but let's be fair, these are just pieces of bullshit. They're trying to push a narrative about Sandfall, and there's absolutely no solid evidence of any of these claims at all whatsoever. And Sandfall actually addressed it, which they said, we've noticed discussions online concerning us and our values, so we want to make this absolutely clear. Expedition 33 was created with respect and tolerance by teams and partners from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives. Our game was crafted with love. Please don't weaponize it to spread hate, which, first of all, they didn't even need to address this. When there is absolutely no evidence of something against you, why even address it at all? Because all you're really doing is giving those people that want to hate on you ammunition, because you saw it, you're addressing it, and when you give trolls attention, they'll ultimately feel emboldened to continue to do what they do because they feel like you're actually going to listen to them and take them seriously. They didn't need to address this, but they did because they want to defend defend their reputation. They want to defend their studio. Of course, these are some absolutely vile claims being made against them. So, like, I understand it. But, I mean, judging by the comments, everybody is standing with them. Because, again, it's not like there's actual, like, evidence to prove at least one of these million claims. That's not the case. Hypnotic said, "These are people who would have never bought your game manufacturing BS to try to hinder your success because their big corporate overlords got their entire narrative ruined by the existence of your studio and your product. Let the work speak for itself. It's resonating and finding its player base for all future projects to come." And that is also another very good point. We have seen a lot of people within the industry be very angry over this game's existence because it does break a narrative. You don't need a game to be $80, and you don't need a game with microtransactions and battle passes and subscription fees in order to make money. You can release a $50 experience that didn't cost a lot to develop and it be successful. We don't know how much the budget was. The only thing the developer said was that they thought it cost around Mirror's Edge to Vanquish, which that's $20 to $28 million. It's kind of a big window, but I'm going to assume that Clair Obscur probably cost him around $20 million to make, which is very low in terms of a video game cost these days. It was made with Wii, don't turn it into woo. Your fans aren't listening to the haters who try to weaponize their ideology to undermine your success. Keep doing what you do. Don't worry about those who try to slander you. They're just mad they can't create an amazing game. This is the best way to respond, though maybe a bit redundant because you honestly didn't need to respond at all. We can already clearly see that your game was made with love. Please don't listen to what people like this say. The numbers speak for themselves and your method works superbly. I think that they are probably just very worried about the future of their company if accusations like this are being levied against them. And there are a lot of people on social media who will, pull the trigger first, ask questions later because they see an accusation like that and they believe that there's some kind of evidence, some kind of basis to it. Now, of course, I, like many other people, have learned on the internet, you can say whatever the hell you want and you don't really need any evidence to back up a claim. But there are people on especially the left who do not actually care. If they want to cancel you, they will find a reason to do so. So it makes sense that Sandfall is a bit worried, but judging by the success of this game, I think that they have a very long and bright future ahead of them. Don't let the left-wing zealots change you. Your game is amazing. You should have just ignored the trolls. Even this gives them more ammo. Just make great games for gamers and let the crazies fume. Clair Obscur is a masterpiece. I cannot recommend this game enough. People attempting to minimize it with surface level detail are doing it a disservice and are no fan of the art form. You did a great job with this game. Thank you for making an amazing piece of art. There's no reason to apologize for your efforts. The attacks are disingenuous at best. So their statement is very simple and straight to the point. I don't even think that they needed to really make it, but they did address these claims. I will be keeping my eye on the situation, but Sandfall made a really good experience, and it seems that it is triggering all of the right people, which is always super funny to see. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.